And you think about tapestry, you obviously think of a piece of cloth. It could be a quilt, threads that are woven together, to create a beautiful design. It could be a colorful picture, but that is the theme that we're using for this year for our annual report and for the meeting today. So much of what we do at the Community Foundation creates those threads, and I'm going to show you about a particular thread that weaves its way through a number of places within the foundation, funds and actually awards. So that's the reason we wanted today, as we are in our 34th year, looking at our 35th year next year, to reflect with you about the countless number of threads that weave their way through this wonderful place. And obviously the ultimate result is not a piece of cloth. The ultimate result is a community. And everyone here in this room is all working in their own way to make this piece of cloth, our community, represent something that is beautiful, scenic, a place that we enjoy every day. So let me tell you about a particular thread. The first stitch in this is Mr. Hamilton. Many of you knew Mr. Hamilton. He was the first one that may have said, we maybe need a community foundation in this Chautauqua region. In the early 90s, the board of directors established the John D. Hamilton Community Service Award, recognizing an individual that has shown dedication, leadership, and support for the community. Thread continues. Our last year's recipient, who is with us today, Dr. Bert Rappel, was the recipient of that award. Now the thread continues down, and at the bottom of the page you can see this is a picture of Dr. Rappel's father. And he felt that he wanted to honor his life, so he started a fund with both his father's name and his name that supports professional development for surgical nurses at WCA. So there's how the threads continue to grow. Now as we go on to page 2, the second stitch, you can see that the thread came from Dr. Rappel, and it goes to St. Bonaventure University. So you say, well, what's the connection there? Well, Dr. Rappel was a graduate of St. Bonaventure. You can take St. Bonaventure, click again to the next stitch, and you'll see a picture of the gentleman standing in the middle is Tom Mara. The Mara family has had a long-standing relationship with the foundation. There is a scholarship fund named after his parents, Ralph and Fran Mara, and it supports students graduate from Frewsburg and Southwestern. So you say, well, how can we connect Tom? Tom just happens to be a graduate of St. Bonaventure. He also is very interested in Southwestern Central School students. He was a graduate of Southwestern, attending St. Bonaventure. Tom is a strong supporter of St. Bonaventure. He serves on their board of directors. So we've got a thread that connects the Maras to St. Bonaventure. But we continue on and obviously see the connection with both funds to Southwestern Central School. We go over to this third stitch in our Tapestry of Threads, where I want to introduce you to a young man by the name of Alex Carlson. Alex is a student at Southwestern. You also can see that Alex likes to play hockey at the Jamestown Savings Bank Ice Arena. But guess what? Alex's grandparents are Bud and Helen Weaver. Bud was killed in an accident over 25 years ago, and Helen established a scholarship fund in his memory. So we've got a connection there with Alex, his grandparents, and again, Alex, we can connect Alex in another way. Alex just happens to like to play a brass instrument. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly which one he does play. But he's been taking private lessons from Bill Knight. And many of you that are involved in in music in our community know that Bill Knight is a key person if you want to really know how to make that brass instrument sound great. Well, if you take Bill Knight and connect him up this last year, the Bill and Linda Knight Brass Scholarship Award was created, to help support those students in the grades 6 through 11 that are again involved in the area of music. So we just did a little connection. This is just one example of how the threads of the community, the threads through the community foundation, we actually took, Alex Carlson, Bill Knight, all the way back to Mr. Hamilton, who started the foundation and actually pulled together the first group of individuals to talk about that. And Mr. Hamilton, for those of you that weren't aware, was president of the Gebbe Foundation at that particular time, and the Gebbe Foundation seeded the establishment of the community foundation with a $300,000 grant. So just an interesting little story, and you can see how the threads in a small community weave their way both horizontally and vertically. So as you leave here today, think about your own situation and how you may be connected